Now, folks, I'm cheating a little bit. The 1968 Thomas Crown Affair is actually the second movie that I watched. Before I watched that one, I watched the 1999 Thomas Crown Affair, the one that starred Pierce Brosnan. I guess I'd say I'm a Pierce Brosnan fan. He was James Bond when I was first getting into the James Bond movies, so there's a degree to which he will always be my James Bond, even if he isn't my personal favorite James Bond. And I enjoy a good Pierce Brosnan 90s action movie. The truth about a Pierce Brosnan 90s action movie, though, is that they're not that great. Like, they're mostly fine. Like, you're not going to see a Pierce Brosnan action movie that's, lesser than, say, 2.5 stars, but you're also not going to see one that's more than, say, like 3.5 stars. I enjoy him as a screen presence, but the material that he gets is not always that great, and that's not necessarily his fault, or possibly even the fault of the people making these movies. It's just the reality that, for whatever reason, action in the 90s was kind of bland and overblown. And this is an example of this. Pierce Brosnan is, in this case, the titular Thomas Crown taking over for Steve McQueen. He is, once again, a bored rich guy, but instead of robbing banks, this Thomas Crown robs art. Now, I knew that going in. I remembered the commercials from this movie, and you can imagine my confusion then when I watched the original Thomas Crown Affair that art thievery was not a part of it. It's a change that makes you wonder, why did you even bother naming this the Thomas Crown Affair? Could this not have been its own movie? But, hard to say. Faye Dunaway is replaced by Rene Russo. Rene Russo's terrific. I like seeing Rene Russo in a movie, and she's fine in this. She and Pierce do not share the chemistry that McQueen and Dunaway did, but the whole thing does make for a very capable, action heist movie. And like I said, it's got that kind of 90s-ness about it that holds it back. Just in the terms of the craft, I think the way they were directing movies, the way they were staging action sequences, there's not a lot of time. The original Thomas Crown Affair spends so much time with these characters and their relationship that this movie does not. This movie is very much more plot driven and interested in having interesting twists that it doesn't quite pull off. It's fine though. It's a good watch. If you're home on a Sunday afternoon and it's on TNT, you could leave it on. It's 3 stars.